All right, and we're live.
All righty.
So we'll just give people a couple of minutes to hop online
Okay.
Okay.
and we'll see as soon as, hey, everybody, if you're online and out there, can you tell us you can hear us and tell us where you're watching from? We want to make sure our sound is clear.
Yeah. We always have issues with our mic.
Yeah, Rodney convinced me to buy a new mic, so I upgraded
Oh,
seriously.
oh
And
wow.
we have a couple people coming on. Hi guys, welcome. Please leave a note in the comments letting us know if you can hear us okay and where you're watching from. Hello, Diane.
Oh, hi, Diane.
Diane, hello.
Good to see
Long
you.
time no
How much
see.
snow did you get? Last night I had about 6 inches of fresh white stuff.
Ooh, oh my goodness.
Yeah. And I guess we're going to get another storm at the end of the week.
Oh,
It's like
Oh
we
my
didn't have
God.
snow all winter. Now, as we approach spring, we're getting
Wow.
we're getting snow. Hi, Angela
Wow.
and Jen.
oh,
You've got snow and sleet. I just got beautiful snow.
oh man. 4 inches.
Oh, goodness.
Oh, I would die. I can't drive in 1 inch of
Wait,
snow.
aren't you guys all in New Jersey, New York area?
We're
Northeast.
all in New York, but Diane is at, I believe, the westernmost part of the state.
Okay.
I'm central north in Albany, and Janet is north of me.
Oh, got it. I
So,
think you guys get more snow than we do in
Oh,
Chicago.
for sure.
yeah,
Chicago, we've been getting a heat wave of sorts.
Yeah.
Heat wave.
definitely.
Yeah.
All right. So, yeah, more people signing on. Oh, yeah, that's right. Diane,
5 feet.
remember the bad storm that Buffalo got? Yeah.
Yeah. That's
Oh
as
my-
tall as us. Okay, that we would be stuck.
We
That
would
is
be-
like our height.
We'd be buried.
Yeah, that was a serious blizzard. That was
Oh my
really a serious
goodness.
blizzard.
Yeah, I
So
think I
welcome
remember.
everyone to another Facebook Live in support of this year's Healthy Dog Expo, which is coming up fast in May. If you don't have your tickets, healthydogexpo.com to grab your tickets. And Diane, right on cue, is going to show you the website. Thanks, my friend. And my guests today, I am so excited, are Charisa and Carmina of CoCo Therapy. Ladies, welcome. And for those of us who are new to you, tell us a bit about yourselves and CoCo Therapy and how you got into the coconut business.
Well, we actually were born into the coconut business. So we've been in it since my grandparents for 3 generations.
Wow.
We've been making coconut oil and coconut products in the Philippines, is where we're from originally. However, so our family would supply coconut oil to nutraceutical and pharmaceutical companies that make lauric acid and caprylic and capric acid products, like preemie baby food or lauric acid pills, that type of stuff. So our
Mhm.
coconut oil is mainly very therapeutic grade. But we started CoCo Therapy in 2009. So we weren't in the pet industry with the coconut oil. We were in the human industry. So
Wow.
that's why we were kind of born into it, and our whole life centered around coconut oil and its healthy benefits for animals and people. So
Mhm.
that's how we got started.
And 3 generations,
Yeah,
farm has been in your family.
Yeah.
exactly.
And the facility, it's organic certified, and it's just one of those things we take for granted.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I guess when it's been part of your life and your parents' lives, it just always was.
Yeah, and our grandparents,
Yeah.
and that they would use it all the time, every time we were sick or when something happened to us and our animals, and that was their medicine in a jar. So
Mhm.
it's something we yeah.
And
Well,
I think
Go ahead.
we kind of got into it with our dog when we were here in the United States already. And then she had allergies, and that's how the cocoa therapy started. We're like,
Yeah.
remember what Ma said about coconut oil? So we kind of started that way. We bring our own bottle of coconut oil, because if you're in the industry, you're very picky. You
Yeah.
kind of know what's
Yeah.
behind it.
Yeah.
So we gave her our oil, and the rest is history. I think
Yeah.
we
Yeah,
saw it.
no, and like so many veterinarians and other people in the animal business, our work is inspired by our own pets.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Something happened to my dog, and I got pieces of advice, and it changed the way I practice medicine. And it sounds like
Right.
you had the same experience.
Right.
Yeah.
That's
And there's
true.
nothing more frustrating than a dog with allergic skin disease. Nothing.
Oh,
Yeah.
it is frustrating. And Carissa had a Yorkie that had the worst allergies. She wasn't even a year old yet.
Oh, that's terrible.
It was horrible. And the veterinarians, I mean, conventional veterinarians were putting her on prednisone.
Prednisone.
And
Yeah.
we couldn't get her. And she wasn't even a year old.
It literally broke my heart. She was born that way, if that's even, possible,
I
because
don't
I
know.
started her on raw. Yeah, she was on a good diet from the start.
Mhm.
So it's like, what? I just wanted the allergy jackpot for, dogs then. And that was many years ago. And that's when we met Karen Becker. She was our
Right.
practicing
When
vet
she used to
then,
practice in Illinois. Yeah.
So that was just,
Right.
just
What-
felt God sent. Yeah.
Oh gosh, there's no greater gift to the world than Karen Becker.
Oh gosh, yeah.
Seriously.
Can you imagine? Or I'd be on roads of prednisone for the rest of her life, or heaven knows what. And that was what I started with her, conventional vets. Somebody said, you have to see this vet out in Bourbonnais. She's 2 hours away for the allergies. We will drive anywhere to
Sure.
help our dogs. It doesn't matter how many
Mhm.
hours.
Yeah.
So that's when we started this whole path of, just wellness, what you eat.
And back then, this is before 2009, before CoCo therapy, she knew so much about coconut oil, which
Mhm.
was shocking to us because we never heard anything about it aside from being in the Philippines and from
Right.
our grandparents and our family. So it was refreshing to hear somebody from the United
A
States talk about it.
veterinarian, no less,
No less,
speak
yeah.
about coconut oil.
Yeah.
So you started off, coconut oil was your first product?
Yes.
Yes.
And coconut chips.
And the coconut chips.
Chips. Okay,
Yeah.
yeah. Oh, I was talking. I gave one of my receptionists some of the coconut chips for her cat.
Mhm.
Loves them. And this is a cat with hairball issues and
Oh,
eye issues, and it has been transforming. And the cat
Yeah.
voluntarily eats it,
yeah.
which conventional hairball remedies are the greasy stuff.
Yeah.
And
Right.
cats are like, what is this?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, it's very simple, really. I mean, it's high in fiber. It's rich in
Mhm.
medium chain fats. So, I mean, instead of using petroleum jelly or mineral oil, it's coconut
Mhm.
oil.
Yeah,
And,
yeah.
and instead of psyllium husk, really, or corn husk, or
It's
it's coconut fibers. So it makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Really.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. And then, so you have coconut chips, coconut oil. What came next? Was it the MCT oil or
No, actually,
later?
we had the coconut oil and chips for quite a while, maybe the first 2 years of CoCo Therapy's life.
Mhm.
That's all we ever sold.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
wow.
then Violet got older, and we couldn't find treats for her. At least I couldn't. I was
She was
always
allergic to everything.
She was allergic to everything. I'm like, oh my gosh, what can I do? So I started making treats for her with
Mhm.
our coconut oil and our coconut flour. Then that light bulb went off. Like, wait a minute, we're baking this, and then we
Right.
give them to friends who had dogs who had allergies,
Yeah.
sensitive tummy. That's how it started. We started baking, and we're like, we need to make this more available to other dogs. So that's
Yeah.
how our treats started. Right?
Yeah. We came up with the macaroons next.
Oh, here. Yeah.
Yeah. The macaroons. And I think I saw somebody comment about how
Diane,
good they
yeah,
are.
the lemon.
Yeah. We eat them all the time.
All the
at
time.
work.
Well, and that's an amazing point. And so many of my sponsors use human quality
Yeah.
ingredients in their products. And yours, if they don't have meat in it, it's totally safe for us to eat them.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
And they're all baked in an organic bakery.
Except the macaroons are raw.
Yeah, the
So-
macaroons are raw.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're
So
raw. So
Yeah.
yeah. But we love them, and people buy them. I mean, we have customers that tell them to get them for their kids
Mm-hmm.
that are diabetic because they're
Right.
low glycemic, and
we use coconut nectar only.
So and the kids that can't have cookies, their children eat them. So
Yeah.
we've had parents tell us that about our macaroons. So it's great to hear those
There's-
stories.
Have a dog treat.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
really.
But yes, when you think about it, the kids who are diabetic, the kids who have seizures and are on ketogenic diets,
Yep.
the kids that are truly gluten intolerant,
Yes.
Right.
With celiac
the
disease.
perfect coconut flour is fine.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
100%.
Yeah.
So we just grew from there. What's the next treat? And every treat we make and come up with, we always work with ingredients that we've had experience with and that we love.
And
So
that we
like
grow up with.
Yeah, like and
actually.
pumpkin, for example, was the next treat. And blueberries, we love blueberries. Violet loved blueberries, so we're like, we got to put blueberries in our training treats.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Yeah. But I think it's from where we grew up. When we grew up in the third world countries, we grew up in Africa and in Asia and the Philippines, by the way. So people there don't really use a lot of supplements
And
or
supplements.
drugs. They don't add it to, they don't take
Right.
multivitamins.
Vitamins.
They don't give up to their animals. They actually really truly use food as medicine.
Mhm.
And that's how we grew up as well. So in the Philippines, how here in the States, people would give chicken noodle soup if you were sick.
Right.
In the Philippines, moringa, which they call malunggay in the Philippines, was very, very popular
Mhm.
we would make malunggay soup or moringa soup or tea all the time. And this included our animals as well. And
if they were under the weather.
Moringa is a plant.
yes.
Is it? It's not a tree. It's a plant.
Well, it's a tree. It depends how you trim it. You can
Okay.
trim it so that it's a bush like, but if it's left to grow on its own, it's going to be a
Like
tree.
a tree.
And it's all over the place in the Philippines. We have several trees and bushes in our farm in the Philippines.
Every
and,
house has a moringa
Yeah,
tree in the
and
backyard.
yeah, my mom's house. Yeah, it just grows there like a weed. So and it's super healthy. It's very nutrient dense. So it's known for it's almost like a health tonic. In the Philippines, they use it as a health tonic for
Mhm.
almost every ailment.
Mhm.
But right now, if you look it up on PubMed, there's a lot of studies actually on moringa. And
Interesting.
yeah,
Mhm.
there are, and it's amazing to me that there's not very many. In fact, I don't know if there's any treats or
Treats,
food that
no.
use it.
Not that we've seen.
Yeah, but we've used it. Our dogs in the Philippines, actually, my sister, actually, I just got back from the Philippines. I was there for 5 weeks and I was there. Yeah, I just got back last week. So, and when I was there, my sister used it constantly. She used it in our food and, soup. She gave it to, she has a 16-year-old
Dog.
Jack Russell.
Mhm.
So, and the dog is, has a heart condition. She's 16, but
Sure.
she's doing very well.
Good.
And I saw her using it in in the dog's
Mhm.
food.
Her liver and kidney values
Yeah.
are really good.
Yeah.
So just nutritionally, it has more iron than spinach, more calcium than milk, more
Yeah.
potassium than bananas. It's
Yeah.
ridiculous.
Yeah,
More
that is-
protein than yogurt.
rich.
It's crazy.
It's crazy.
crazy.
But you know what did it for us? So we've been using moringa in our diets and our pets' diets for a long time. But
Mhm.
what did it for us was there was an article that we read
Oh, yeah.
that Dr. Becker wrote back in there she goes again, Dr. Becker.
2014.
Yeah, in 2014 about moringa.
Yeah.
And we were like, oh my
Yeah, yeah.
gosh, because at first we used it and we thought, I wonder if you can even get it
Those
here in
things
the
we take
United
for
States.
granted.
Yeah, we took it for
Mhm.
granted. So we decided to do some research, and lo and behold, we found an article that Dr. Becker wrote, and it just blew our minds the way she used it in her practice.
Yeah.
She used moringa powder in her
Well,
practice.
moringa is a powerful antioxidant, and it binds to trace minerals. So it's a powerful chelator. So if you have animals
metals,
with
it
heavy
binds to
heavy
heavy
metals,
metals.
sorry, not
Yeah.
trace minerals, yeah, heavy metals.
yeah.
So if you have an animal with heavy metal poisoning or just too much metals, it's really works better than a lot of chelation treatments or therapy.
Mhm.
And she had a parrot, a cockatoo, 10 years old, that was too old to go through a traditional chelation treatment. So she tried moringa powder,
Hey, what
and
got to lose?
it worked. Pretty
Yeah.
soon, she went back to normal levels.
It was
So,
amazing. And she talked about animals that she used to treat animals that were anemic and diabetic, mainly a lot of senior animals. She also used it for hyperthyroid cats,
Mhm.
arthritic pets, even
Mhm.
animals with cancer and liver issues. So because it helps with detoxification. So it was a
Yeah,
pretty
yeah.
impressive article,
That
and
is.
the fact that she used it in her practice was really fascinating to us.
Well, we know she's years ahead of her time.
I know, really, right? How did she figure this? I know she's got a moringa. What do you call those little trees that you cut?
Bonsai.
Bonsai.
She
She
told
has
me.
a-
She told me when
she
she
has-
saw our treats come out, she actually has a little
bonsai
Bonsai.
moringa
That's
tree.
funny.
that
That-
she's
yeah,
growing. I was
yeah,
like,
that's really cute.
yeah, I've joked around with her. She might have been a reincarnated Filipino because I don't know, with her coconut oil and moringa
Yeah.
going. Yeah.
Yeah, so funny.
Well, and I guess where she lives in Arizona, it would probably be a bit too dry to be actually growing it as a bush. So in the
Mhm.
house, though,
Yeah,
why not?
yeah,
Why
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Diane was saying about copper poisoning because I know that's a huge concern.
That's a huge concern right now with the copper content of beef liver.
Yeah.
Some
yeah.
beef liver is really high.
Yeah.
I wonder if it would. And truthfully, when I talk to Karen, I'm going to ask her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have no doubt that
Yeah.
it will.
I mean,
Arsenic,
yeah.
is another thing that it binds to. The seeds of the moringa, if you
Mm-hmm.
put it in water, the protein in the moringa seeds actually attract like things in the water, impurities in the water. So they did a test. There was a study done, and they said it was almost as good as a filtration system.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's
And a
pretty
water
amazing.
filtration, just the
Yeah.
seeds of
Yeah.
the moringa.
Yeah,
So
I
it's
think that's why it's so heavily used in the Philippines, because they use it
for sure.
and in the Philippines, rice is being a staple diet. Rice can have traces of arsenic
Yeah.
in it, so a lot of people would use moringa in their food to help with that.
yeah, no problem. Arsenic
counteract that.
poisoning over there.
So
yeah,
it's
yeah.
it's pretty
Yeah.
amazing. And veterinarians use it in the Philippines all the time. It's very common there
Mhm.
as well. So
And
yeah.
and how did, I think of the number of veterinarians here that would consider using any herbal product, let alone one they had never heard of.
Right.
They
Right.
were so slow to accept these, I'm going to call them ancient for lack of a better word, but
Right.
old type treatments.
Right.
And they work. But you
Yeah.
don't grab at a drug that was derived from a plant.
Mhm.
Exactly.
Mhm.
Yeah. I mean, I think people here are so used to just reaching to the shelf for a supplement or a vitamin or a drug that they don't really care about natural food. When we were in the Philippines, our dogs ate fresh food.
Of
We
course.
didn't feed them like
Dog
kibble
food.
or dog
It's
food.
too expensive.
It was very expensive, and it was just natural for them to eat natural food, homemade food, and it balanced over time. We weren't very concerned about balancing every meal, and they had a ton of vegetables. They had a ton of moringa, but we always because this is before we knew any better. We always secretly wished we could buy them the expensive dog food
American
because
dog
we thought,
food.
oh, that's the best food in the world.
Yeah.
And then when we moved to
To
the
the-
United States, we brought our 2 dogs with us, and we were so excited to buy dog food.
American dog food.
Yeah.
So we had a Cocker Spaniel and a Yorkie we brought with us from the Philippines.
Yep.
Right. They went all because we couldn't leave them. So they've been eating fresh food their whole lives. The Cocker Spaniel was about 4 years old.
Yeah.
Barbie was about 3.
Yeah.
Healthy, wonderful. We couldn't wait to get our hands on at that time.
I am's Yukonuba
Bah.
small breed.
And I bought pedigree because of the cute Yorkie picture in the front.
It
I'm like,
was-
oh my gosh, we're so
they're
excited.
going to get the best food in the
Ever.
world. That's
So
what
we
we thought.
yeah, so we
Yeah.
started feeding them kibble over time within a year. Pele
Less than a year.
less than a year got colitis,
Yeah.
like the worst kind. And Barbie or my Yorkie started having allergies, started itching.
Oh my gosh.
And this
Yeah.
was in the Philippines. We don't go to the vet very often.
No.
We just didn't. It was part of our
Yeah.
maybe for vaccinations because in the olden days we're like
You didn't know any
vaccinate,
we didn't know
every
any
year.
better.
That was it.
Or if somebody had an injury.
Exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
exactly.
So suddenly, to our horror, here was the poor Cocker Spaniel pooping mucousy, bloody stools, and my Yorkie was scratching up a wazoo.
Yeah.
So we were shocked. Still didn't know then back then. So we switched to different kibbles. And
Or
over
canned
time,
food.
again, you learn, you did the best you could with the knowledge that we had.
Right.
But, I read somewhere about kibble, how it can literally destroy or just limit your gut microflora. So
Well,
these dogs were eating healthy, fresh foods, and suddenly we switched them over to kibble practically in a week. There went their gut microflora.
Mm-hmm.
So it's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah. So, now we've learned, I mean, we always thought that, feeding natural was not, I guess we took it for granted. I mean, that's what we
Well,
did.
That was what was available. It's interesting because one of my colleagues has a daughter who's going to veterinary college in Granada, on Granada.
Oh,
Okay.
And she took in a beach dog who happens to have a
Oh.
liver shunt. And she's trying to get a hold of the special prescription diet for the liver because it's the conventional school. That's what they know.
yeah.
And they said, well, we can't get any until July. And this was back in January. It's like, okay, 7 months.
Mhm.
So they had me formulate a diet that was more appropriate for the liver.
Mhm.
The things they could get and the things they couldn't, and the price of things was mind-boggling.
Mhm. Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah, really.
they have zero selection and mostly crap dog food there.
Exactly.
That was all there was.
Yep.
Janet has a question. Can you talk about how coconut oil or MCT oil can fit into a fresh food, cooked or raw diet? And how does it add with marine-based oils?
Sure.
Yeah, yeah. Well, marine-based oils like fish oils,
Algae
yeah,
oil.
algae oils. I mean, it's a different type of oil. It's a unsaturated. Those are unsaturated fats. So
Right.
all oils are mixed with unsaturated and saturated. There's just varying degrees in it. And marine oils are all mostly unsaturated, but omega 3s, some 6s, etc. Coconut oil is saturated, so it's mainly the medium chain fats, right? So what we do, what I do anyways, is I like to alternate the oils. I don't just stick to coconut oil or marine based oils. I think it's good to have variety. You know,
Mhm,
like they say, variety is a spice of life.
mhm.
Definitely. So we add coconut oil. What I do for my dogs is I give an MCT oil in the mornings just for the energy, and the
Sure.
coconut oil at night just because
Lauric
the
acid.
lauric acid elevates the ketones in the blood a longer period of time than capric and caprylic. Coconut oil has more lauric acid, so I give that at night so it can be in the system longer, feed the brain as they sleep. MCT in the morning, and then maybe Tuesday, Thursday, Saturdays I'll do like an algae oil or or algae powder or fish oil, a really good fish oil. So yeah, it's just a matter of changing it, and I think the animals love it for one thing.
Yeah.
And it's good. It's just like for me, I take
Yeah.
a good
Yeah.
marine.
Well, I mean, definitely omega 3s are essential fat for animals. We all know that. But
Mhm.
coconut oil being a medium chain fat is so good for the brain, and it's great for cognitive health. It's great for cellular health. I mean, it
Yeah.
is a macronutrient. It's a food. It may not provide a specific vitamin or mineral, but being a macronutrient, I mean, your bodies need fat to absorb
Mhm.
vitamins and minerals, but it also
Yeah.
feeds the brain. What makes coconut oil and MCT oil so unique is the way it's processed in the liver, and it converts to ketones. So if it converts to ketones in the liver, it's called blood ketones. If it actually crosses the blood-brain barrier and converts to ketones in the brain, it's called a brain ketone, and that feeds the brain. And there's actually so many studies now with MCT oils that have been so beneficial to animals and people with cognitive decline or with seizures and epilepsy.
Mhm.
I mean, it's mind-boggling, and even children with epilepsy and seizure in animals. So I think it's very beneficial.
Yeah.
The fact that it feeds you at a cellular level, and it helps, and it's a powerful antioxidant. It actually helps fight off oxidative stress, is something that I feel like is so valuable, especially with anti-cancer. It helps with fight
Yeah.
cancer, because cancer is inflammation. So while people might say, well, you don't need it to provide a certain vitamin, you actually need it because it feeds cellular health and your brain.
And I kind of see coconut oil as just giving the liver a break because it doesn't need
Yeah.
like a liver enzyme to break it down
Mhm.
lipase, right?
Right.
Like it doesn't
right.
need chylomicron transportation.
Yeah, so much simpler for the body.
Yeah, so
It
it's
is.
like giving it a break. But and then of course I'll do, like I said, rotate the oil.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Diane wants some swag.
Oh,
Yeah, maybe we can give some to a lucky winner.
Oh, we
Oh,
could.
t-shirts.
Yeah, t-shirts.
We're selling doggy t-shirts. Although Diane, I don't think we go as big as your dog size though.
Yeah, because she's got
Oh,
like
that's right.
these
That's right.
larger dogs.
Yeah, we do have Coco Therapy dog t-shirts.
How big a dog will they go up to?
Probably
30,
35 or 40 pounds.
Yeah, not quite golden
Diane's
retriever size.
Yeah, but we can do human t-shirts. Maybe we can do a swag for somebody.
Good.
Yeah.
Do you want to try that thing?
Yes.
Okay.
Sure. So you can learn how to do it. Yeah, let's do
Yes,
that.
we have a new widget, guys. This is really exciting. It's called the lottery jar.
Ooh, it's got a picture of a jar. That's so cute.
Yes. And we'll give you a chance here. You must comment to be entered into the lottery jar. So if you have not commented yet,
Ooh.
please comment. Look, there's
Oh, how cute.
I saw Diane go
Dance
into
inside.
the
you
jar.
guys go.
Ooh, that's so cute.
So who wants a shirt? You
A
can.
dog shirt. It'll have to be a dog shirt. We don't have human shirts.
Yeah, well, we can do
So it's
dog.
going to have to be a dog shirt for a dog up to 30.
And if
Coco
there's-
Therapy dog shirt.
And if there's no dog shirt, then if your dogs are big, then we'll do our free treats. We'll
Yeah.
give you
there
treats.
you go.
yeah.
Yeah.
Our
Oh,
new
look at you guys all going in the jar. This is so much fun.
Ah, that is such a cool widget.
Cool
I like,
widget.
like that.
This is so much better. Karen and Rodney have to do hashtags and stuff. And
Oh,
all
how cute.
so, yes, everyone can play.
Yeah, everybody.
Ivana says, my baby Alu would love a shirt.
Hmm.
Oh, okay.
Picture of Alu. It's too small.
Aw, that's so cute. As long as they're 40 pounds and below, I think they can fit a
It'll be
shirt.
fine. Did everybody have a chance? And we'll see how this widget works.
Yeah. And if their dog's too big, we can give away some of our new treats.
We have to talk about the new treats.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, here we go.
You know,
Oh, wait, somebody else is coming in. Dina,
throwing,
Yep.
yeah.
it's moving.
I think
It's the cutest thing I've ever seen.
it's so cute.
This app that I'm using to stream is very cute. Okay, here we go.
That is adorable.
What's he gonna do now? Get a winner. Okay, here we go.
Oh, you're getting a winner now.
I got 2 winners.
Cool.
Oh,
all right. We can take
Diane
a
and
winner.
Pat. Oops. And we have a late entry. All right.
I mean, we can do this throughout the talk.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, let's start again since we got a late entry. Sorry, guys. We're gonna recycle.
Aw.
Oh no, now you have to comment again. Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh no.
This is the first time
Before
Lori's
that,
doing
just
this.
to
so
practice.
patience.
It was
Yeah.
Diane and Pat. Let me write that down.
Okay.
Okay, write their names down.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's so cute. It's
Yeah, so this
adorable.
is a fun thing. So
Yeah.
while we're waiting for people to enter, and to enter this round, you need to comment about the treats that these ladies are going to tell you about, because you have got brand new treats.
Yeah.
We
And I'm
have-
excited. My carnivorous dogs are excited about this. So tell me,
Yeah,
yeah.
what you got.
Yeah. I mean, we're known as a vegan company because we really focus on coconut oil and coconut.
Mhm.
However, we do have some meat treats, and we came up with 9 new treats just within the last couple
Wow.
months. 9.
Wow.
And it's really funny. I mean, it's been a while since we've
Probably
come up
over
with new
3
treats.
years.
Longer, I think.
Yeah.
And we go to trade shows, or people, we meet people and they're like,
Got anything
don't
new?
you have anything new? How come you guys don't have anything new? What's wrong with you guys? Every people are like, have new treats all the time. But the problem with Carissa and I is we're so anal with our ingredients and what to
Yeah.
put in it.
It's
And
not
it's
easy.
got to be healthy. It's got to be functional. We have to have
Sourcing is a huge
sourcing is
thing.
a pain.
Mhm.
And we have to I feel like we have to have personal experience with our ingredients. I just don't want to use an ingredient that I'm not familiar with or haven't used. Because we've used moringa heavily in our lives, that was a no-brainer. However, sourcing moringa was a nightmare because we would source moringa that we would test would have a lot of heavy metals in it.
Mhm.
Maybe because it attracts heavy metals, but it was such a problem that
Mhm.
it literally took at us almost
Probably
2.5, 3 years to find moringa that we really liked,
Wow.
and we kept
Yeah.
testing it. Yeah,
Forget the cocoa gems because I
Yeah,
know I think Janet
yeah.
asked about them.
yeah.
So the cocoa gems is a training treat, and we have 3 varieties. We have
Mhm.
moringa and coconut, which is selling like crazy.
Yeah.
We have a cranberry,
And
which is great for UTI.
Yeah.
Yep.
Everybody knows, I think, knows about cranberry.
And then we have, this is kind of interesting, peppermint and parsley. So
Yeah.
peppermint and parsley.
Parsley.
Yeah.
yeah.
I had a
Flavonoids.
dog years ago. You know what Altoids are?
Yeah.
In the
Yeah,
little
those,
tin?
Yeah. The canned mints.
Loved peppermint Altoids, and they are
Really?
strong. She would, if the tin was available, she was in it.
Oh my
Okay,
goodness.
she'll have to try these peppermint and parsley.
Yeah.
That is so, and parsley is such a good antioxidant.
It really is.
it
And
really
we love,
is.
I mean, we love cranberry for UTI.
Mhm.
And all our treats, the fact that you can, if you put the ingredient on the front of the label, it is, you really have to have a decent inclusion level for
Yeah.
that ingredient.
Yeah.
Meaning you can't just sprinkle it in and say
Right.
Yeah.
moringa
If it's
in the
part
front.
of the name, it has, to be a
have a
significant
decent.
amount.
So all our treats,
Yeah.
when we bake them,
Yeah.
we literally go through how many iterations of go with a bakery. First, we bake it ourselves.
Mhm.
Then we work with our organic bakery to come up with a good formula that's easy to use with the machinery. Then we go through taste tests. Too hard, too soft, can't taste it. So
Dogs
we're really
like it, dogs
crazy
don't
about
like
that.
it. Yeah.
So that's the little gems. So we
Mhm.
call them.
But I just want to go back. My Chihuahua has acid reflux. She
Mhm.
has acid reflux. She has digestive issues, and she also gets nervous in the car. So she tends to vomit or get nauseated, motion sickness. So I used to give her a lot of turmeric and ginger. Ginger especially
with
is
some
great
cocoa
for
milk bones.
anti-nausea, and also the parsley and peppermint helps her with her acid reflux.
Mhm.
So that's part of the reason why we created these treats as well, because I would make them, I would add them to her food, but it was, it was a lot easier if we just had a treat that I could give her. So we do have milk bones as well that has the
Cocoa milk bones, Carmina.
yeah,
Make
this
sure
one-
you-
Oh, sorry, cocoa milk bones. I
So
don't want
these
to get
are the other new
sued by the
set.
other company.
So
Oh,
we
wow.
have, this is carrot and turmeric.
Okay.
So it's got coconut milk in this. This is
Yeah.
coconut milk bones. This is ginger and cinnamon.
This
And
is
that helps her with her acid reflux.
nine products.
Yeah.
Nine new products.
But this took us at least 3 years to come up with, to make.
Yeah.
3 years. I mean, it's crazy.
And these are beets.
I
Beets
love
and
beets.
coconut. We love
Yeah.
it.
Yeah,
Very
well,
good for the liver.
Yeah.
It smells so
What
good.
what benefit does the beet bring?
Well, what happened, and
That's
again,
okay.
this is from experience.
Oh,
I
cute.
had a Chihuahua who's no longer with us. She died when she was almost 17 years old. Her name is Lucy, and she had liver issues. She had high ALT liver issues during her later years. And again, Dr. Becker was our veterinarian, and she put her on a liver detox diet, which included beets and beet greens, cilantro and celery, cilantro and parsley. Sorry, parsley. And she loved it. She loved beets. And ever since then, and I know beets are very, very beneficial for humans. I mean, they have beet powder and super beets, for people. And it really, really helped her liver. I was able to get her ALT levels down with this detox diet. I know it helps cleanses the liver. So
Sure.
that's the reason why we use beets. Aside from the fact that dogs love it. They taste great. And so it is great for the kidney and liver.
Mhm.
So which is why we use it. Again, it's because of experience
Yeah.
that we do use beets. It's very rich in nutrients, especially folate. And it also it's a good source of nitrates. So it converts to nitric acid and oxide, nitric oxide in the body.
Right.
It's a
And
good vasodilator.
yeah. So yeah,
Blood
helps-
flow.
it improves
know,
the blood flow and
flow.
oxygen delivery to the
Mhm.
cells.
Mhm.
And again, it's good it's high in fiber, so it's great for the gut. So it's got
Yeah,
a lot of health.
I've used the Olivo family of products where they have
Oh.
carrots, but they have a new beet product for
Oh.
dogs with GI upset.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
meant to be added to food. It's kind of a pelleted supplement.
Mm.
Oh.
But again, these products that come from food as opposed to, drugs and stuff,
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
just works
Yeah.
so much better.
Yeah.
So much
Yeah.
better.
And that's our main goal with our treats. For us, they're functional treats without a doubt. I
Mhm.
mean, they taste good, they're great, but they really, for us, if I'm going to put something in their bodies, I want it to have some sort of benefit for it.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Right.
And Chris says, how can we get our paws on these? Um, Diane and Janet have been dropping links to the various products right in the chat, Chris. So you should be able to see those. And shall we try our winner again?
Yeah.
We can send the winner some treats.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let us know which ones you want. It's on our website.
Here we
Which
go.
one you want. Yeah.
Mhm.
Sarah Holden. Sarah, you are a winner. I like this thing.
Yeah.
I really like that jar. It's super cute.
That is definitely, and I love that, it's the computer's picking it. It's not any bias or anything.
Right.
Oh,
That's cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
sorry,
And-
I have to turn my notifications off or I'm going to get pinged.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
Like-
and they will be at the expo. We are bringing these treats to the expo.
Yes. And, I was thinking, would it be possible for people to put in a pre-order so you know what to bring?
oh,
Yes.
So like if you could come up with something on your website that they could say pick up at the Healthy Dog Expo.
oh, sure.
Yeah, sure.
We could do
Save
that.
them the shipping. It'll save anybody buying the shipping. And then
Yeah.
it'll save you packing stuff to go home.
Yeah, no, that would be great.
That would be fantastic.
So we'll put our heads together after we finish
Okay.
a
Yeah.
live about how to do
Yeah.
that. And we'll let you guys know
Yeah.
because, I know I want a bunch of these.
Yeah.
My
Yeah.
dogs want a bunch of these.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Oh,
just-
but
I
Oh,
can't
sorry.
believe how many new products. I mean, other people I talk to, they're coming out with one or two.
well,
you
I
guys-
mean, it was years before we even came out with anything new. So this has been going on in the works for years. It's just that they all came out at the same time.
Yeah.
But the
Kinda.
thing I just wanted to mention the cocoa milk bones. The reason why we call them cocoa milk, we're not knocking off another treat that everybody
Right.
knows.
Right.
They do actually have coconut milk in them.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we actually
So-
use real coconut milk in these milk bone treats, and
Mhm.
coconut milk is very rich in medium chain fats, medium chain fatty acids, because that's where coconut oil comes from coconut milk.
Right.
So, and we actually use them for our pets had been, drinking coconut milk as part of their food and diets. So
Yeah.
it's, not unusual for us to give it to our animals as well as for us. Obviously, we used to drink it a lot.
Yeah.
I drank so much coconut milk when I was in the Philippines and so much coconut water.
Mhm.
And moringa.
Yeah, and moringa.
Yeah. I mean, I guess, and of course, that sort of the environment of the Philippines. Is there any place in the US that really is close to what your growing environment at home is?
Well, see,
I mean, it's
it
got to
might-
be humid.
it might be Florida, maybe.
Florida could be, possibly Texas. For good coconut oil or good coconut growing environment, it's humidity and, believe it or not, salinity in the air. It needs to have some sort of salt.
So you're talking totally about it
Tropical.
would have to be a coastal state.
Yeah,
Right.
definitely.
But the interesting thing is our coconut farm in the Philippines is not on the beach. And the reason why our coconut oil is so different is because our farm is in a volcanic area.
Mhm.
So the
It's volcano
soil
soil.
is volcanic soil,
Mhm.
not sandy soil. So the
Oh.
coconuts are so different.
Yeah.
They taste different. They smell
The
different.
nutrients are much richer.
Yeah, because the soil is high in
Different.
minerals because of the
When
volcanic
you
soil.
open up a jar of your coconut oil and compare it to, a grocery store bottle, there's no comparison. And the intensity of flavor, everything, totally different.
Yeah. Thank you for that.
Mhm.
But yeah, I think that's why. I mean, I know some people maybe not be able to tell the difference, but if you've grown up with coconut oil all your life and
Mhm.
have taken our coconut oil since we were kids, it's such a huge difference.
Yeah,
that-
yeah.
yeah.
And the MCT oil, which we didn't really mention, which
Right.
came out before these treats, that is huge. And for the longest time, I know you can get MCT oils in, say, what
Health food store.
health food store.
Sure.
But if you look at the bottle, and this was a big battle for me, is there's either a mix of coconut and palm kernel oil,
Right.
or it'll say a highly purified product,
Or
which means
refined, made from
refined
refined-
product. So they've refined it heavily to remove every smell and all the taste of coconuts. So I'm wondering, how good can this be
Right.
for my
What
animal?
else are you
Well,
taking out?
Yeah, yeah.
MCT oil is actually, they will say on the bottle, odorless and tasteless, which means it is highly refined. So, it's something we don't want to give to our pets. And if you're familiar with MCT oil, if you take it yourself or if you give it to your dog, well, if you take it yourself, I suppose, you would notice some cramping. If you take a lot of it, you can kind of get cramps.
Yeah.
And
you can set your GI tract off if you
exactly. So that's another reason why we don't want to use a refined product. So our MCT oil actually smells and tastes like coconut.
That's another thing that took years.
Yeah, that
to come up
is
with.
different. That's the reason why our MCT oil is different, and it also has more lauric acid in it than the conventional
A little bit
MCT
more.
oil.
Yeah, yeah. I literally take it by the tablespoon every morning.
Same
That's
here.
one thing I do.
Yeah. In our coffee, in
Yeah.
our tea. Yeah, definitely.
And you will not gain weight with MCT oil. So don't worry
No,
about
I
it.
don't.
It is not like others. Diane wants to know a starting dosage
For the MCT oil,
for the MCT oil for both dogs and humans.
I would say about a fourth of a teaspoon per 10 pounds. It's very potent. And to start even lower, if your dog is not used to any fats at all. So I would just give a few drops and then work it up to in the beginning and work it up to a fourth teaspoon per 10 pounds.
And some dogs can take a little bit more and some less. It just depends on the dog. I've had Yorkies my whole life. Some Yorkies will just I had Yorkies who can take more coconut oil or MCT oil and some with less. Just depends on that person. For a human to get the benefits, what did Bruce say about 3? And this is a coconut oil person. Okay. If
He's
you're
an
gonna take-
expert at
Yeah. Like
coconut oil.
myself, you can go up to 3 tablespoons a day of coconut oil, but it's not
Or
like you
more.
have to take the coconut oil, cook with it, put
Right.
it in
Usually
coffee.
Yeah.
Yeah.
a lot of people put MCT oil in coffee.
Yeah,
Yeah,
me
right.
too, or my
Yeah.
shake. So, and
Yeah.
it's a blend. It's all medium chain fats, just
Yeah.
different percentages on the MCT or the coconut. So go work up to 2 tablespoons, 3 a day of different. So yeah,
And we also tell people if their dog is highly sensitive to lipids and fats, in terms of digestion, we do recommend the MCT oil because it has less long chain than the coconut oil. So it's a lot easier to digest as
Likely to
well.
set them off.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And I think, I'm sure there are veterinarians out there who would be flipping out saying you're going to give every dog pancreatitis. But no, these are medium chain fats and they're plant origin, not cooked animal fats, which is
Exactly.
what actually
Yeah.
causes pancreatitis.
Yeah.
Which is, speaking of pancreatitis, my cat, who's no longer with me, had pancreatitis for 5 years. So
It's
that
just
was the only,
idiopathic pancreatitis.
and that was the
Yeah,
only.
that's become a huge problem in cats.
Oh yeah, I wonder why.
I always would point towards cat food, but
Oh yeah, I mean he did eat raw, but I think it's probably because of his age too. Maybe I don't know. Yeah, because he was older, but the only fat he could tolerate was our MCT oil.
yeah.
Because he would get dandruff,
And
dry
you need
skin.
fats. You need fats for
To
cellular.
survive.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Cellular
and it
health,
really
yeah.
helped him with his arthritis and his cognitive, state. He was 19 and a half, so he needed some sort of fat.
Yeah.
So that's what I gave him. He had pancreatitis, and that was he was fine.
Yeah. But the average cat at the traditional vet hospital is eating, most cats eat dry food.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so bad for them.
Yeah.
And and then they try to do a weight loss food, and as you said, they restrict the fat in those. And
Yeah.
next thing you know, the cat has dandruff, the coat quality is poor. They need these fats.
They do. They really do.
They really do.
Yeah. It's funny. I was looking at a veterinary manual in a conventional vet clinic, and they were talking about pancreatitis and how to deal with it. I'm sure you've seen this, and it talked about medium chain triglycerides, but to help with animals with pancreatitis. But a lot of veterinarians don't.
They have that disconnect.
With medium chain
total
triglycerides and coconut oil. Yep.
And and all of the quote unquote veterinary prescription diets for pancreatitis and GI upset are low fat. So it becomes a knee-jerk reaction for the veterinarian to say, this dog needs a low-fat diet.
Right. Got it.
Just like with the kidney disease patient, oh my gosh, it needs a low protein diet. And it actually needs a moderate
Yeah.
protein diet, but
Yeah.
a super high quality protein.
Yeah.
Quality.
Yeah. It's all about the bioavailability and the quality of the protein.
Yeah,
Right.
without a doubt.
Yeah.
And my profession doesn't always get that, sadly.
Yeah.
Or they rely on the big pet food companies to tell them how to achieve that goal.
Right.
Yeah.
Their purpose is not necessarily, their purpose is to sell product.
Right.
Exactly.
Pet food
Yeah.
companies, not to do the best science.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. That's true.
It really
Wow.
is.
Yeah.
But this is so cool with all of these treats. I had no idea there were that many.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the Oregon bites we just released 2 days ago.
Oh
So
yeah.
these are the ones that we.
Yeah.
So this is obviously meat based, and we know that organs are nutritionally dense, wonderful foods.
Mhm.
So we've got 3 varieties. We have a turkey organ meats, and we put pumpkin and coconut in it. One of the reasons why we use a lot of our coconut chips, we use our actual coconut chips in our meat treats, is
Mhm.
because I had a Yorkie who had PLE, protein losing enteropathy.
Sure.
She couldn't handle a lot of proteins. It was a challenge for her. But when she was alive, she's no longer with me. I found that if I gave our coconut chips with her food with protein, she could actually digest the protein better. And she didn't have diarrhea or loose stool. So that's why we started putting coconut chips in with our raw meat treats, just because it helps with that. Again,
Yeah.
it's based on experience and what we
Yeah.
found.
Yeah,
So
it's
it's
something
fiber.
about the combination of having the fat in there.
Yeah.
Right.
The
The
fat
fat and
and
the
the
fiber.
Yeah, and the fiber. So
Yeah.
this is turkey and pumpkin.
And it's turkey liver and turkey gizzards.
turkey gizzard. So we have that. This
Yeah.
is chicken organs,
So that it's a
chicken liver and chicken hearts,
hearts.
Sure.
and beets. It's got beets,
Our
our
beets are
favorite.
in
We
there.
love
Okay.
beef
Yep.
and coconut.
Yeah,
of
and then
course.
this is pork organs. So it's got
Liver
the
and
liver and
hearts.
pork heart, and it's got apple, because pork and apples, they just
Pork
go
and apple
together.
just naturally goes
Yeah,
together.
definitely.
Well, and the pectins in apples are very soothing to the GI tract.
Yeah.
Right. Right.
So we're really excited about these organ bites.
yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah. Well, and organs are so palatable. I bet they'll be a popular training treat.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and plus heart is good. It's good source of taurine, coenzyme Q10. So for heart issues, kidney, protein, iron, B vitamins, good for that. Liver, the most probably nutritionally dense
yeah.
liver. So it's got vitamin A, B, C. I mean, I've heard comments on liver, and some people have been afraid of copper.
That's beef liver specifically.
Okay, yeah. What kind of liver? Oh no, we don't have.
You don't have a beef liver.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We don't.
So
There's a group of us, I'm not sure if you know, working on that, doing a load of testing, and we're just starting to get results in. They're very, very interesting. Some of these beef cattle have very high levels of copper.
Oh.
I wonder why.
Hmm.
And and some we've tested some grass-fed and found them to be generally lower. But we
Yeah.
don't have enough data points to really say with confidence where the dividing line is. But we will.
Right.
That'd be very
That'd
interesting.
be
I'd like to follow
interesting.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we do our beef, our meat treats actually still contain coconut oil and coconut
Sure.
chips in them, and then with another herb or a fruit or vegetable
Mhm.
or
Yeah.
herb.
Yeah. Janet had a question, and I know Dr. Becker has recommended using coconut oil as a toothbrushing aid. What's your take on this?
Yes,
Definitely.
absolutely.
100% yes. Because that's what we use for I used it for my cats. I used it for my dogs. They tolerate it because they love the taste. So it's not a struggle to brush their teeth. And in the Philippines, again, based on our experience, a lot of people would use coconut oil to brush their teeth,
Their own teeth.
their own teeth.
So there was a study done in Ireland where there's a bacteria that causes gingivitis and decay. That coconut oil kills that bacteria in the mouth.
Wow.
So
Yeah.
probably that's why it's very beneficial for
Yeah.
that.
Well,
Yeah.
because coconut oil is antibacterial,
Bacterial.
antimicrobial,
Yeah, yeah.
antifungal, and antiviral. So definitely it's very beneficial
Yeah.
to brush
So
your teeth.
I take a gauze or a washcloth and dab a little coconut oil on it. And then I just rub it in the cat or my dog's teeth. And it's very easy and they love it.
Yeah. It's very
Yeah.
easy.
That sounds totally easy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
So there you have it, guys. Thumbs up for
Yeah.
brushing with coconut oil. And I forget what Dr. Becker added to it. She did something. She might have done some mint with it.
Yeah, I think so.
Some people will put probiotics.
Well, the oral microbiome is important too.
Yeah, a little
I
sprinkle of
just
it.
don't know which probiotics I would choose.
Yeah. Or some people, you're right. Some people would do mint, as long as it's not too strong.
Right.
Yeah. Or, So I've heard of some people even using a little baking soda. I'm not crazy about that because I don't want to, with their gut,
Foam it up or whatever.
So
but-
I don't think they really like the taste. But quite honestly, coconut oil by itself is very beneficial. I actually do oil pulling. I don't know if you're familiar with that, where you put a gob of coconut oil in your mouth and then you just rinse it in your mouth and swish it around for like 15 minutes. And then spit it out.
So good for you.
Yeah, I actually,
so good.
I used to get a lot of migraines, and it's really helped alleviate my migraines. So I don't know if it had anything to do with it, but
They say it does.
yeah, they say it does. I read a study on that.
The ketones can be used by the brain for energy. Maybe something is
Right.
giving the brain a boost and helping with the migraines.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And I think it also helps pull out the toxins in your mouth because you're swishing it around and then you're spitting it out.
Yeah.
So
They say that your mouth is one of the dirtiest part of your body. It's very porous. It's dirty. There's a lot of germs in there or whatever. Probably because we're eating and putting our fingers in our mouth and whatever. So when you're swishing with oil, I don't know if you've ever done it, but if you do it for about 15, 20 minutes, it pulls a lot of mucus from your mouth and your nose.
It
and you
does.
don't know where it is.
it's gross.
So for
actually.
people who have mucusy or phlegm issues, I promise you,
Okay.
pull, it will go.
yeah,
But you
it's
need to spit
weird.
it in your trash. I have an oil
Don't
pulling
spit
blog.
it in your sink.
It is so beneficial because some people just have that phlegm or inflammation or not. The oil pulling is.
I know
one-
we're all going to go try this now.
Try it.
Yeah, but it has to be a good coconut oil, I
Yes.
must say. Okay, make sure.
Well, what about Tracy says she's done it with olive oil?
Some people do.
I've heard
some,
that.
Some people, it can technically you can do it with any oil because it binds to the mucus. But I feel olive oil is very heavy. And
Well, in olive oil, I think parallels coconut oil in that there are so many different qualities of it. And I mean, you can buy some olive oil that's more expensive than expensive wine.
oh yeah.
There's a whole process.
Yeah.
So maybe one of the higher quality olive oils would work better.
Yeah.
Well, the thing about olive oil too, it's a mono
Unsaturated.
unsaturated fat, so it gets oxidized very easily. I'm very paranoid about oxidized fats. It's actually very bad for you, and I actually
So you have to take care of your olive oil. In dark bottle, dark cabinet, in the
refrigerator,
cold.
yeah.
So it's very picky.
Wow, and they sell it in the supermarket in clear bottles sometimes.
Yeah.
And big giant jugs of it too. I'm
Yeah.
like,
I
oh,
always buy the smallest bottle I can find.
possibly
Because the minute you open that bottle, it's off.
starts-
It starts.
Well, and I've seen the giant like metal gallon.
Oh yeah.
Metal.
Oh,
So at
nice.
least it's air. It's
Yeah.
dark,
Yeah.
but it's at least 2 quarts or a gallon.
Wow.
But
That's,
it's huge. Yeah.
that's a lot of olive
that's
oil.
crazy.
Maybe it's a restaurant, Italian.
For me, I don't keep coconut oil past 6 months, or even fish oil,
Coconut
or any.
oil?
I mean, sorry, olive oil or fish oil. I mean,
Yeah.
after 6 months, even less.
I just buy small
I
bottles.
toss it, so I'll buy a
But,
smaller
yeah,
bottle
but-
just because they oxidize so
Coconut
quickly.
oil is very shelf stable.
Mm-hmm.
being a
Doesn't-
saturated fat.
Yeah.
Right. But
So-
still, you don't want it sitting around for a year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Air,
exactly.
water, moisture.
Yeah.
Yeah. And same with MCT.
Oh
Mhm.
yeah.
Use it up promptly.
Right. Yeah.
Let's see what everybody's saying. Susie, we're talking about cocoa therapy coconut oil. And Janet brings up a good point about plastic bottles because plastic air will pass through
Yeah.
Yes.
microscopically. So
Right.
ideally glass or metal
Right.
for any of your oils.
Right. Definitely.
And that would also apply to omega-3
Right.
Yeah.
things like fish oil, salmon oil,
Right.
sardine oil, anchovy oil.
Mhm,
all of those.
mhm. Definitely. Yeah.
Good, good, good. I've got a bug in here. It's like we have snow outside. I have a fly flying around.
Fiona is
You know,
terrified of flies. She literally trembles and shakes when there's a fly in the room.
She got
Yeah.
big ears.
Oh, it's funny the things that set them off.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh. Well, ladies, we're coming up on the hour, so I want to not take too much of your time because I want you out there making more treats. I am so thrilled that you guys are coming.
Oh, we're so excited to be there. We
And
missed last year.
last year people were so excited that you were there in spirit, but they want to see you. So we will work on an idea, a way for people to pre-order product.
Okay.
So you can save the shipping, pick it up
Right.
at the show, and get the newest treats.
Oh yeah. So what about the winners? Are you just gonna let us know who they are and what they
Yeah. So do you want the winners to reach out to you with their contact info?
Sure. Yeah.
We'll get the names from you to make sure they are the winners. They
Yeah.
can just private message us or whatever, or I can.
Through Facebook is easy.
Yeah.
Okay,
That's
guys.
easy.
Go to the CoCo Therapy Facebook wall.
Yeah,
and
because our
private-
winners are Diane, Pat Pagano, and Sarah Holden.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Sarah.
yes, Facebook message on the CoCo Therapy page,
Yeah.
and we want to see pictures of your dog enjoying the treats.
Oh yeah, that would be great.
That would be fun.
Yeah.
All right, so we're going to sign off, guys, but don't worry, these ladies will be back 2 more times in the upcoming weeks. And if there are things you want us to talk about, just message me on my page or through the Expo website, and we'll be sure to cover them. So thank you, ladies. Thank you so much. And we'll see
Thank you
you
so
all.
much for having us.
My pleasure. Bye, everyone.
Bye,
Bye.
guys. Bye.